Welcome back to 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitsky. We begin with a coalition of lawyers taking Kern County law enforcement to court. Several lawsuits are being filed against Bakersfield Police and the Sheriff's Office for shootings last year that family members claim were not justified. 17's Raphael Stroud joins us now from downtown Bakersfield with more. Raph?
Nicole, two of Kern's most active law agencies are being sued after a year that saw a higher number of officer-involved shootings. A group of lawyers are working together to file lawsuits against the Kern County Sheriff's Office and the Bakersfield Police Department for several shootings that happened last year. The coalition specifically named the shootings of Israel Lucas, Graciano Ceballos, Eliseo Meraz, and David Daniel Reyes. Now, out of everyone I named, Meraz is the only one who survived his encounter.
It's an example of systemic inequality. We're not going to sit back and allow it to continue to happen. We're not going to allow the people of color to be killed in disproportionate numbers the way they're killing them.
2020 saw a relatively high number of shootings, but Sheriff Donnie Youngblood said several suspects were also more aggressive than usual, either being armed or actually attacking deputies. Out of nearly 24 shootings, BPD and KCSO killed 14 suspects. But the attorneys say the agencies aren't being transparent in these cases, including the shooting of Israel Lucas, where nearly 1 year later, no images have been released.
Kern County is not above the law. And the Justice X Legal Group is here on behalf of these families. These families. Why don't the families have a right to begin closure?
Now, we're going to have more on these shootings on this lawsuit tonight at 5. The Bakersfield Police Department and the Kern County Sheriff's Office do not comment on pending litigation. From downtown Bakersfield, I'm Raphael Stroud for 17 News. Nicole, back to you.
All right, thanks for that, Raph. And a 2-year-old boy is safe and the mother is in custody after abducting her child 2 weeks ago. Prosecutors say Noah Jax Alexander Hernandez was abducted March 4th by his mom, who does not have parental custody rights. 28-year-old Amanda Hernandez turned herself in last night and returned Noah safely. The district attorney's office issued a statement saying in part that court orders for children have the force of law and disputes about custody must be handled lawfully through the proper court process. Refusing custodial rights to a parent who has been granted them by a court order is a criminal offense. And now to the latest on coronavirus. Kern Public Health has confirmed a variant strain of the coronavirus has been detected right here in Kern County. Officials identified the strain as B117. The strain was first detected in the United Kingdom and has spread to over 200 countries. As of March, 265 cases of B117 variant have been detected in California, but this is the first in Kern. In a statement yesterday evening, Kern Public Health said there is no indication current vaccines or antibody treatments are less effective against the B117 strain. However, the effects of the new strain may be more severe. And while our daily case average is looking much better than just a few months ago, we are still learning how deadly this virus was during the winter peak. Public Health announced 6 new deaths today. That brings our death toll to 1,032. We surpassed the grim milestone on Wednesday of 1,000 deaths from the novel virus. Now, January is by far our deadliest month, with at least 263 people dying from the virus. December is the second deadliest, with 235 lives lost. Now, right now, Public Health has also announced that 146 new cases were reported. Our daily average is now 84 people testing positive every day. 105 people are currently in the hospital being treated for more acute symptoms of COVID-19. 20 people remain in the ICU. And with local deaths totaling more than 1,000, 17 News is reaching out to those who have lost a loved one. We've provided a space for the community to honor those who've died by uploading their photos and sharing their names and memories. We're calling it Those We've Lost Gallery. If you'd like to post a picture, we have the link on our website, kget.com. And those who work in the food and agriculture industry are eligible to get a vaccine, and Bolthouse Farms is helping its essential workers get one. The company is hosting on-site vaccination clinics each Friday through May. The company says they expect to give out 300 doses during each clinic. Bolthouse says so far more than 1,000 Bolthouse Farm employees have signed up to receive vaccines. A reminder, it is happening every Friday. And several organizations teamed up to provide COVID-19 vaccines to local farm workers. The United Farm Workers, Cesar Chavez Foundation, the Latino COVID-19 Task Force, and the County of Kern have come together to organize the mass vaccination site. They plan to vaccinate thousands of farm workers. There will be vaccination clinics at 40 acres every weekend in March, on Saturdays from 1 to 7 p.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And here's a look at who's eligible to get the vaccine right now. The newest groups include pregnant women and those with health conditions like cancer, type 2 diabetes, and chronic kidney disease. It also covers people with developmental disabilities and those in certain work settings like public transit and prisons. Public health officials say it will be easy for those in risk groups to sign up for their shots. And if you are in one of those eligible groups, you can sign up using the state's website, myturn.ca.gov. You can also call 833-422-4255 to schedule an appointment. And the Hatching Community Blood Bank is returning to Tehachapi this month. They're hosting a blood drive on Tuesday, the 30th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's happening at the Valley Recreation and Parks District's West Park, located at 490 West D Street. To reserve a time to donate, just head to hcbb.com. Houchin says 54 people donated blood during their February blood drive in Tehachapi, making it the most successful event they've hosted yet. Now to a historical move. The California Coastal Commission has voted to completely phase out off-road vehicle use at Oceano Dunes over the next 3 years. Now, the commission found that off-roading at Oceano is not consistent with the state regulations due to damage to environmentally sensitive habitat areas, impacts on air quality and public health, and impacts on environmental and tribal justice. The move comes after nearly 40 years of debate about whether off-roaders, endangered species, and nearby towns can coexist. The decision followed a 12-hour meeting, including 5 hours of public comment. A statement from the Center for Biological Diversity reads, "We applaud the California Coastal Commission's long overdue action to phase out destructive off-road vehicle use at Oceano Dunes. This reprieve for endangered wildlife and coastal dunes habitat will allow the non-motorized public to enjoy our beach and dunes, as well as reduce greenhouse gas and dust pollution." While the vote seems like an end to the years-long debate, the nonprofit organization Friends of Oceano Dunes has previously said they will file a lawsuit over a ban on off-roading. That lawsuit will likely include the decision's impact on Oceano's local economy, which relies on tourists visiting the area. One of the best and most obvious gauges of economic vitality is the health of local restaurants. And it was clear from the sight of all those empty tables throughout much of 2020 that things were not going well. Well, with a bit of encouraging news, efforts are underway to carve out not one, not two, but 3 new restaurants in downtown Bakersfield building near the Padre Hotel, one or more of them opening as early as May. Now, at the site of a 19th century building that has housed everything over the past century and a quarter, from house stables to a gentleman's club of questionable reputation. What's going to be on the menu now? Well, 17's Robert Price will have the exclusive story of this encouraging economic rebirth tonight at 5. And a new restaurant touting Cajun flavor with an Asian twist is opening in Bakersfield. Seafresh held its soft opening yesterday at its new location on California Avenue, just west of Chester Avenue. They offer Cajun seafood and specialty Thai dishes, along with a variety of beers on tap.
We're hoping to bring some, unique flavors to Bakersfield, with our Cajun seafoods. It's infused, not want to say infused, but, we have some Thai hints of, we got some basils in our food, some peppers and stuff like that. So something new to Bakersfield, and hopefully they'll welcome us with open arms.
Owners say the staff remains diligent about maintaining COVID-19 precautions, and they hope you'll come down to give them a try with your family.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.